All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off saying, Call Halayim Le Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great Muslim, double honors to our elder apostles as well, the heard one by Yahshua Allah down here in the lines in the camp. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Tanakh, so I'm by Yahshua Allah from the lines in the Yahshua Allah camp. This is yeah, the lines in news and prophecy. This prophecy is mainly about salvation. As you can see in the title of this article, which I was supposed to do this lesson a while ago, but here we go today. It says J.D. Vance warns that UFOs could be demons flying around Earth, vows to get to the bottom of it. Right? that's the pot calling the kettle black and gray because of this. First of all, let's get this scripture that we always get. The second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1, it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And one of those things that are prophecy that we speak about is our salvation. And those chariots or those demons that they're talking about is part of our salvation. I mean, it may be demonic to them because it's coming to bring, judgment upon them and salvation to the elect. So, but the scripture says this. Let me get it real quick. Because, see, I always try to demonize anything that, like the true men of the Lord speaking the truth. They try to, demonize and insult their characters. But, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai knows the intents of the heart of man. And we can understand the intents of heart of man through the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is, Isaiah 5:20. It says, Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? So by him calling the chariots, which have the angels of the Lord is inside of them, right? That's putting uh, evil for good. You know, he's calling that demonic when the shit that they're doing is what's demonic. You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, the things that people don't understand, which brings forth fear, and that fear brings forth that fight or flight judgment mode, and through their own demonic instinct, they don't understand the things that are coming to the earth. And the elder was talking the other day about how, Three Eye Atlas was passing by Earth, dropping off little pods that were just staying there. You know, you had all types of chariot sightings over there in the Middle East. You got another comet that's supposed to come and light up the whole sky. So you have so many things, so many signs in the heavens, as it says in the scriptures. So it says, "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth." All right, and is part of the prophecy is our salvation, and this is how our salvation is going to come, just like how it came out of Egypt. All right. It says Washington Vice President J.D. Vance speculated that UFOs could actually be demons flying around Earth, contending that ancient civilization believed that they had encounters with such wild, vile creatures. Now, hold on. Talking about vile creatures. Talking about vile creatures. Hell, he talking about. This is Job chapter 30, verse 8. It says, hold on, start at 5. Um, um, start off. Verse 5, it said, they are driven forth from among men. They cry after them as after a thief. And who is that thief? We're going to see who vile. The scripture's going to tell us who vile. All right. And that thief is talking about Esau. It says, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Who does that sound like? You know who it sounds like. Matter of fact, let's go there. The scripture's going to explain who's that talking about. In the clefts of the rocks. Remember that point. Um, oh no, not this, not this. Scripture's going to explain who be in the clefts of the rocks. All right. Smart meaning. All right. So now, this is Obadiah 1:1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador sitting among the heathen. Arise and let us rise up against her in battle. And that's what the Lord is going to do, rise up against this place. All right. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Like, it just made them unimportant, insignificant. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is on high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? See that? So that totally explains who this is. Back to Job chapter 30, verse 5. It says, they are driven from among men, they cry after them as a thief, right? To dwell in the clefts of the valleys and caves of the earth in the in the rocks. See that? It's talking about Esau. Among the bushes they bray, under the needles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth, man. See that? And now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. And that's, and that's why we are bywords today, because of these devils. So if you want to talk about any demons, hold on. Talking about it's Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. When you say demons are wicked, so the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Like, being a demon is have a perverse way of thinking and a perverse mindset, basically built upon false narratives and lies. That's being a demon, you know. So the evidence shows who the demons really are. So woe unto them to call good evil, evil and evil good. All right. This is back in the article. It says, I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway. But that's a long discussion. Vance told conservative podcaster Benny Johnson. I mean, every great world religion, including Christianity, the one I believe in, as understood, there are weird things out there. He later added, when I hear about an extra natural phenomenon, there that's where I go to the Christian understanding, which is demonic. That there's a lot of good out there, but there's also evil out there. Also, ain't nothing evil. I mean, not in the sense that they're talking about, but Yahweh created good and evil. He created all those things. And anything, the scripture said the demons tremble at his presence, at Yahweh's presence, or the presence of Yahushua. It says, I think that one of the devil's great tricks is to convince people he never existed. Right, that's what Esau's doing. He's trying to convince people that he's not the devil. That's exactly what he's doing. Hmm. Which the word devil means deceiver. So they should make their tongues fall upon themselves. It says J.D. Vance tells me that UFOs are demons. I think they're demons. I don't think they're aliens. They are weird things out there that are very difficult to explain. Well, the Lord gonna explain it as soon as he show up. It says the vice president tells me he's going to Area 51 with his top secret security clearance to find out. All right. It says notably right wing Tucker Carlson had conveyed similar beliefs about unidentified area anomalies phenomenons. It says being demons rather than aliens. Carlson also claimed that he had been attacked in the middle of the night by a demon and left with claw marks while sleeping next to his wife. You must have inflicted yourself because you the demon. See, that's the they're confused themselves, but then you might as well call the elect demons too, because when the elect shows back up on this earth, they're gonna appear as Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna be descending onto the earth. We're gonna ascend as we're being changed, and we're gonna descend and kick some ass. So that's basically, and that's what they're afraid of. Esau's afraid of anything. Esau cannot coexist with anything other than himself because he only believes in pure righteousness. I mean wickedness. So anything outside of that, he doesn't want to be in place with them. That's why they have those particular families set up, because they all have the like mindset, and they can carry that over from generation to generation. That's why their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. The reason why they believe that and think that is because of the mindset that they put on these certain individuals. They carry on after generation after generation after generation. You see that? So, with that being said, what is the whole New World Order about? Having a satanic, demonic mindset and civilization on Earth where they don't have to hide it anymore. They don't have to go to Epstein Island to do their alleged pedophilic behavior. They want to put it in the perspective where they can do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, and the world has to accept it. That's what the whole basis of freedom of America really means: free to do wickedness. So now, this is why this is why he thinks that, right? This is Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him." See that? Now they see the problem is they didn't see the Lord move furniture in a long time. They ain't seen him move furniture, and he will get jiggy with it about the apple of his eye, the elect of the children of Israel. All right, it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him." See that? I mean, it was our people, but yeah, 2/3 of our people got some pressure coming to them too, because they played the part of the wicked, so they're gonna get the wicked's reward. It says, "All kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him." Even so, amen. That word "wail" means to lament. They're going to lament, just like Antiochus Epiphanes did in 164 BC. When he seen chariots all in the air doing like what that's called military exercises over a span of 40 nights, and they were hoping that the apparition would turn from evil to good, because they thought it was evil back then. Evil for them, bad. Evil means bad. All right. This is Exodus 13:21. It says, "And the Lord went before them." This is, and as he comes out of the clouds. This is what the Lord's going to do, just like how he led us out of Egypt. He said, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and to lead them away, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light to go by day and night. See, but they ain't gonna happen like that this time. The Lord gonna show up in the chariot, but instead of us still being on the earth and He leading us, we gonna be up in them chariots. It says this is Psalms. In Psalm 68 and 13, it says, though ye have lean among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. All right. It says, when the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow in Solomon. And Solomon, it said, the hill of Yahweh is as the hill of Bashan, a high hill as the hill of Bashan. Right. Talking about the the mountain of Israel. Right. It says why ye high hills? Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill which Yahweh desired to dwell in. See that? He's dwelling in Israel. It says, yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. And the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000. Right? And what is that chariot coming to do? To assemble the hill, the government. Man, come on. Let me get this real quick. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. It says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. That's talking about that hill. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, meaning authority. Not saying he's Yahweh, just saying he has authority from Yahweh. The Prince of Peace, and of his increase of his government, that hill, and the place and peace there shall be no end. We just read that. Upon the throne of David, upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they're afraid of. So going back to this, it says, Psalm 68 and 15, it says, the hill of Yahweh is as the hill of Bashan, a high hill as the hill of Bashan. Why leap ye high mountains? See that? Why you mad? You know? They're jealous. It says, this is the hill which Yahweh desired to dwell in. Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. See that? The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. And that's what they're really afraid of. Because that's what's coming to bring judgment on the earth. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. And we just read that in Exodus. How he came, well, he led us out on the chariot, then he had a chariot land on Mount Zion and burnt the top of the mountain. Thou hast ascended on high, thou hast led captivity captive, thou hast received gift for men, yea, for the rebellious also, that the Lord might dwell among them. All right, so the Lord is preparing, all right, to dwell among his people, beginning with the elect. In Psalm 91 and 1, it says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And the secret place is His word. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge, my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. So we're not going to trust in the system, that is this demonic system that they're trying to bring in order right now. That's the demons. They the demons. It says, surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. Who is that hunter? That fowler is somebody that hunts birds. It's talking about Esau. And from the noisome pestilence, He shall cover thee with His feathers. See that? And under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And we know the truth. It's obvious to see that they don't know the truth because they're around here calling the angels of the Lord demons. Right? But we know what's out there. We know what's coming to deliver us, man. Just wanted to touch on that for a little bit. Lord willing, especially to edify and serve the purpose for the hope of elect, the one who truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. For that, I'm going to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Double honors to our elder apostles as well. I heard one by Yasha, all down in the lines in camp. Salutation to the Arkham that are pushing the truth to sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Shalom.